I got a confession to make. What's up, YouTube? So it has been brought up to my attention that people think that I think that what I say is the law. I have opinions just like everybody else. Whether your opinion is the same as my opinion, it doesn't matter. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. That's just how life goes. My YouTube channel is my YouTube channel. You don't have to watch it if you don't want to watch it. That's perfectly fine. That's my confession. It's not really it's more of a statement really, but yeah, you don't have to watch if you don't want to watch. So I've noticed that almost every video that I post, there's always two dislikes every single time. So I have two people out there that decide they want to click on my video just to dislike the video. That's perfectly fine. I don't care. You don't have to like everything that I post. My concern is, why even discuss what I post if you don't like it? There's people out there, apparently there's a group chat out there talking about all the things that I say and how they're wrong. That's perfectly fine. Do what you gotta do. Do whatever your heart desires to do. That is everything I have to say about that. Let's get into the animals. Let's talk about what we got going on. So I have no snakes whatsoever that have laid eggs for me, and I have to think that it's because of the move and everything that I've done to get the snakes into this building, because these rats don't actually fit in doorways, so I have to take them apart, put the snake somewhere else. So I put them in snake bags and put them in a container until I can move them back into their tub after I set it all up again. So that's a very time-consuming thing. It doesn't always happen on the same day. Sometimes it could take the entire day. Sometimes it goes one day into the next. So they may have been stressed by it. I do have a few females that are developing follicles, but I only have one that's actually close to ovulation. So I'm not sure what's going to happen this year in terms of snakes. Hopefully I get something that's good, and I can at least say that even if I only have one clutch, I will be satisfied with the entire season. Obviously that's not what anybody wants, so there's that. In terms of bearded dragons, I have some bad news and some good news. The bad news is I am not where I want to be in terms of bearded dragon clutches. All of the females that I have paired, so I try to base off the quarters. So for the first quarter, I try to do 5 females, second quarter about 5 females, and then I try to slow it down towards the end of the year, 4 or 4, because I don't want as many clutches during the end of the year because of the holidays and everything. So I try to space it out. I have only had 3 females lay eggs this first quarter, and the quarter is it's literally almost over. March is almost, I mean, we're already in March. So I'm having to deal with the fact of, what am I going to do? Do I start pairing different females? Because it could also be that the females that I've paired just weren't ready yet, and they're just holding on to the sperm until they are ready, and then I'll have those 5 females go in the second quarter. So it's really something you have to juggle with, something you have to worry about. And I'm not like other breeders where I'll pair 20 females at once. I'm not a huge breeder. I just like to have my time and make my time feel worthwhile. So I don't want to do everything at once and then be stuck with nothing at the end of the year. And I have a family, have a wife, I have an actual job. I can't just leave my job and come do whatever I want in here because somebody's decided they're going to lay eggs. So sometimes I have to travel. I have to make sure all of this is perfect. I have business calls I have to take, so it's not something where I can be 100% away from work just to do this. So that's essentially the bad news. The good news, however, is that almost every single dragon is awake from brumation now. For anyone that doesn't know, brumation season is anywhere from September to March. Within that time frame, they can brumate literally for a day, literally for a week, literally for the entire time. And they can start at any time during the brumation time frame. It doesn't matter. They can start in March for all they care, as long as they feel they're ready. And that's really the worst thing about brumation, is you never know when it's going to happen, and when it happens, you never know how long it's going to take. And right now, as of probably like maybe last week or the week before, there was 3 or 4 dragons down for brumation still. And as of right now, there's only 1 down for brumation. So that's good, right? Only 1. And she happens to be a female. So a breeding size female, so that'll be another female that I have to wait on. But she was scheduled for the second quarter anyway, so she should be awake by then, with a month in between her waking up and her starting to pair. So that is where we're at right now. I don't have much else going on. The boas have already locked twice. I have to start ultrasounding the female boa because I assume it's similar to ball pythons. I just don't know, so I'm gonna have to try practicing with her. And she scares me, y'all. She's nice too. It's just I've never had a snake that big, and I know she's not a big snake or anything like that, but she scares me. She's a scary snake. I don't know why she's a scary snake, because she doesn't. She's only ever hissed at me one time, and that's when I moved her from the tub to an enclosure, and she didn't like it. I'm like, all right, well, we're gonna try this again some other time whenever you're a little bit more comfortable with me, because I guess the tub is essentially a more confined space, more private versus the enclosure. It's open and the glass doors and everything. So maybe she just didn't like that, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not gonna, sometimes it takes a little bit of a process. So we'll see what happens. But right now she's still in the tub. Not that I want her to be in the tub. Just that's it. I still have to build 5 more enclosures for bearded dragons because I have more bearded dragons coming. I'll talk about that whenever they get here, because there's a story behind it. So we'll get into that whenever that happens. But other than that, I have nothing else going on. I'm at 4 clutches. The first clutch is only 4 or 5 eggs. It was a bad clutch, and it was the first clutch for this female ever. So this is the first time she's ever bred. And we are essentially just waiting for that to hatch, which I think hatches sometime next week, actually. So we're going to see this video. I'm recording it on the day that it's going to go up, and it'll be next week where I think this clutch is going to hatch. I think I'll have to check. I'll put it in the video here. If it is next week, then you'll know. If it's not, it'll say the date when I expect them to hatch. That's essentially all that I have. I know that was a pretty bad update. Oh, no, I have more bad news. Nobody really cares about this, but I had a Chameleon, Peach. So Peaches, she passed away. She was probably, when I got her, she was probably 1.5 2 years old. We've had her for another year, and female chameleons don't live really long. I think they live like 3 to 5 years anyway, so I'm not really sure. But she was eating probably the week before that, and she passed away. That's just... Yeah. And then her baby that hatched, it passed away. It never ate. I don't know. So the thing about chameleon eggs is they take anywhere from 7 to 12 months to hatch. This one took 9 months. And if you are busy, you forget to check. So I don't know if she hatched the day that we checked. That's the bad thing. So hopefully, I mean, she was energetic and everything when we got her out. So I just think she just never ate. And she was the only one that hatched. And that's bad because we lost the baby, and then we lost the mom. Crazy. All right. That's enough bad news. This is a pretty negative video. The next one's going to have to be more upbeat. All right. With that said, thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything that I put out in the future. As always, peace.